Please do not listen to this recording whilst driving or operating any machinery. Hello there, my name is Ellen Booth and I'm a registered clinical hypnotherapist. And this hypnotherapy is on past life regression. Now, whether or not you believe in past lives, my theory behind it is that death is not the end. When we pass over and our lives have come to an end, our soul leaves our body. It leaves our physical body and goes out into the universe. And however much time later, your soul is born again into a new body. Your soul becomes another physical form and gets born again. And every time you're born again inside a new physical body, your memory of any previous lives are lost. In your consciousness, that is. But deep in your subconscious, deep in your soul, you can access memories from previous lives. And quite often with karma and the law of karma, when one life finishes and another life is reborn, you go into a life where events and things happen as a result of learning the lessons from things in previous lives. Sometimes you can have karma from previous lives where you are taught a lesson by karma in result from something that happened in a previous life. For example, if you committed a very serious act of wrongdoing in a previous life, in the next life, when you are reborn in another physical body, you may have karma action upon you that teaches you the lessons from what you did in that previous life where you committed a wrongdoing. So, for example, if you committed a very serious wrongdoing in a previous life form, your next life that you are reborn in, you might have that wrongdoing that you did to someone else happen to you in another life. So you learn how it feels to have that wrongdoing happen to you that you inflicted upon another in a previous life. And that's just an example of karma and reincarnation and past lives. That's just a little theory behind it. And sometimes people can have feelings, thoughts in their life that they don't quite understand, that niggle at them, things that they think about and they don't know where these ideas come from. And sometimes that can be from a previous life, past life memories that you cannot place as something that has happened in your life. There's a lot to be said about past lives and the impact that it can have on you in the next life. And you can learn many lessons and learn many things from past lives. It can teach you why you are the way you are in this lifetime because of a result of something in a past life. And you can learn a lot about why you are here now, why the events in your life have happened, why you may have had bad things happen in this lifetime. It could have been a result of something in a previous life. Or if you've had really good things happen in your current life and you're very grateful, but you have no idea how you've achieved so much, but you have, and you've done very well for yourself. That can be a result of things that went on in a previous life. Or you might not understand why you are the way you are, and there's nothing that happened in your current life that explains why you're the way you are. That can also be from a past life. So in this hypnotherapy, it's going to be about past life regression, and I'm going to take you into a previous life of your choosing that will answer any questions that you may have in your life today. And before we start, I'll give you a moment of silence just to think about what you would like to know in response to a previous life. Have you any questions that you would like to know about your current life in response to a previous life? And I will give you a moment just to think about that, and I'll come back to you in about 30 seconds. Okay, so now you've had a moment to think about any questions that you may have about your current life as a result of what may have happened in response to a previous life. Now I shall begin with the past life regression. Okay. Now if you'd like to make yourself comfortable and gently allow your eyes to close and just focus on your breathing. And as you breathe in, you breathe in calmness, relaxation and peace of mind. And as you breathe out any worries or tension. And this is a process that will continue throughout. With every breath you breathe in and out. Now, if you just like to imagine that you're stood at the top of a staircase, a spiral staircase with 20 steps. Now, before you go anywhere, you just stand at the top of this spiral staircase, because I will count you down those 20 steps of the stairs. I will count you down those stairs with each descending step, and you'll hear me count down from 20 down to 1, And with each descending step of this spiral staircase that I count you down from 20 down to 1, you'll go deeper and deeper relaxed with each descending step. So deeply physically relaxed, there may be times you are not even aware of your body at all. And mentally, you'll be very aware, very highly alert and very aware of everything you hear me say. Now, before I count you down these 20 steps of this spiral staircase, I want you to know where they lead. They lead down to a corridor, a never-ending corridor that goes on infinity, a corridor that's just goes on for infinity, and it has many doors either side of the corridor. But when we get down to the bottom of the stairs, you'll see this for yourself very, very clearly in your mind's eye. Okay, so ready. 20, taking that first step down that spiral staircase, drifting deeper and deeper relaxed. 19, drifting deeper and deeper relaxed. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, drifting deeper and deeper relaxed, so deeply relaxed you are not even aware of your physical body at all, just mental mind. You're very aware of your mental mind, aware of everything you hear me say. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and stepping into that infinity corridor that goes on for infinity. There's no end, there's no beginning. It's a corridor that goes on forever and infinity. A long, white, well-lit corridor with white walls all around you, bright white walls that are so brightly white in colour that you see very clearly down that corridor, and there are doors either side, doors after door after door after door that just go on infinity. Because this corridor you are in, this infinity corridor that goes on for infinity, is this way because it's the corridor of the universe. And the universe has no beginning or end. It's just infinity. There's no start, there's no finish. There are no boundaries. It goes on forever and always will. And there are doors either side of this corridor. And through all of these doors that go on forever down the corridor are doors to previous lives that you have lived. And as you walk down this corridor of infinity of the universe, there will be a door in a few moments' time, not just yet, but I will give you a moment of silence for about 20 seconds, and in that 20 seconds of silence that I give you, you'll be walking down that infinity corridor, and you will choose a door that appeals and means something to you, and you'll go through the door into a previous life, and you'll step in through the door and find yourself in that previous life, and then I will come back to you with further instruction after 20 seconds from now. Now you begin your walk, and I give you that silence now. Okay, so now I trust that you have chosen the door that you went through, and you find yourself in a world, a whole new world of a previous life that you once lived. And you look down at your body, you look down at yourself, you look down at your feet, your legs, your chest, your body, your arms. You can even touch your body all over and feel how you were back then. Feel the feeling of your body. What clothes are you wearing? What shoes, what clothes, if any? You may not be wearing any clothes or shoes. Are you wearing any clothing or shoes? And what does your hair look like? Can you touch it and feel your hair? Is it long or short? Are you a man or a woman? Are you even a human being on this planet Earth? Or are you a life form from another planet even? Are you an animal of some kind? Perhaps you are not human, perhaps you are an animal of some kind. Because past lives are not necessarily human. It could have been a life form from anything in the whole universe. A life form from a galaxy far, far away. What are you and where are you? What do you see around you? Is anybody else there? Is anything or other being there around you? What do you see? what you hear, what you feel, what you smell. Are there any smells around you? Where are you and what are you doing in this place? What are you experiencing? And in a few moments' time, I'm going to give you 2 minutes of silence where you will no longer hear my voice, and I will come back to you after 2 minutes. And in that 2 minutes, I want you to find out for yourself, are there any lessons to be understood that are relevant to your current life of today? Are there any lessons, any understandings, any knowledge, any information that you need to understand in your current life today? And if there are any messages for you, any useful knowledge for you to comprehend and understand, and I give you that 2 minutes of silence now. Okay, now, in this place that you are in, experiencing this previous life that you are in, I would like for you to leave that physical form of that previous life and allow your soul and your spirit to rise out of the body of that previous life, and for your soul to rise over and out of that body of that previous life. And as you look down at the physical body, hovering over the physical body in the air that you are now in, and you look down at that physical body, and you can heal any healing that needs to be done. You can look, and as you look down at that physical body, you send any healing, any healing, any understanding that you have learnt as your spirit leaves that body behind. Healing and learning any lessons you need to learn. And ask yourself, how did that life end for that previous life? What was the cause of death in that previous life? How did you die? Are there any lessons to be learnt from the way that that previous life came to an end? Are there any lessons to be learnt? And learning and understanding all of the lessons of what happened to that previous you in that previous life, understanding all the lessons that happened throughout the whole life of that previous life. As you hover in the air, looking down at that physical form that you once were. Now, in a few moments, in a moment when I give you the instruction, not just yet though, but when I give you the instruction, your soul will leave and come back through the door you went through and back into the corridor of infinity, leaving that life behind and bringing all of the understanding, the learning and the knowledge that you gained and learned from that previous life with you. And you'll bring it back through the door with you into the corridor of infinity. And I will give you 10 seconds of silence to do so, to come back into the corridor the way you came. And I give you that 10 seconds of silence now, and you make your way back through the door now. Okay, and you are now back in the corridor of infinity, where there are many other doors of lives that you could explore. And know that should you choose to, you can come back to the corridor of infinity anytime you wish to, and explore any other previous lives that are relevant to your life today. But for now, I'm going to bring you away from that place now and wake you up. And you'll wake yourself up, in fact, because in a few moments' time, as you continue back down the corridor, you'll come to that spiral staircase. And when you do, you'll go up the spiral staircase, up the 20 steps, from 1 up to 20. And with each ascending step you walk up, you'll wake yourself up. And when you get to the 20th step at the top, you'll wake right up and come out of this hypnosis. So now you come to that stairs now, and you begin to walk up the stairs right now the way you came, back up the 20 steps, waking yourself up with each ascending step. And when you get to the top in your own time, you'll wake up. Okay.